dear friend Waybaexo on Twitch, easily the coolest person I know on the internet. Um, Waybae is doing like the Queen wave, but none of our images are going to be recorded. It is just kind of baller though. So since it's an audio medium, I wanted to let you guys in on what was happening. Also, I'm doing a handstand, a perfect handstand I've been keeping in form for exactly 5 minutes straight, and I'll continue this through the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm like
Um,
literally jealous.
I know it's my upper body strength is impressive.
Immaculate.
I think what a great word.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Waybae is someone I met through Twitch. And Waybae, how about you introduce yourself?
Oh my gosh, should I do like my intro for like when I
Please.
get rated or like
Yes. Oh my God. Rating Waybae also is one of the most joyful things in the entire world.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
do the intro.
Well, I'll do like the abridged version so I don't say like the welcome in Raiders part. Hold on.
Actually, I
Uh,
demand that you
do
say
you
that.
want me to? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, wait. Yeah, imagining that you just rated me. Okay. Welcome in, Raiders. My name's Waybae. You can call me Way Ray Bay or Bestie. I'm a variety streamer, play games like, and then I'll say a bunch of games that I play. But I've been recently playing the new game, Deadlock, which is like an open alpha and stuff like
Saw that.
that. You should I'll send you an invite if you haven't gotten an invite yet. Are we friends on Steam?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, yeah. I'll send you an invite because it's like invite only. So I got you if you want to play it. Or let's say we
Yes.
already sent it to you. Anyways. But yeah, I'm a variety streamer. I've been streaming since February of 2022.
Nice.
And I've been consistently and consistently streaming ever since.
I didn't know you started streaming February 2022. That means that we're
Yeah.
basically the about the same because I started in March of 2022.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Yeah. And of course, I've taken my many breaks. University
Yeah.
is hard, my many
Yeah.
year-long breaks. Um, Also, you just reminded me, a reason I'm taking another break is because podcast, you'll know this,
Mm.
Waybae, you won't, is I'm in a new location from last time. I'm in the city of Seattle now, um,
Oh.
where I will be living for the next amount of months until I move to Oregon. And then after Oregon, I'll be living in California again. And then I'll be living in New York next September.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
so, podcast, if the audio sometimes gets really bad for a period of time and then really good, imagine it's the house's fault and not me, but also me.
Yeah. No, we'll blame the house. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your lovely house. So,
Yeah.
on today's episode, the way we find the secret to life, tagline. We'll make some
Mm.
merch someday. And Waybae will be our model. Um, yes. Oh my God, guys, Waybae is serving so hard right now, and in the comments, you should all say, "Amazing serve, Waybae XO."
Yeah. Thank you.
Um, oh wait, you're also a dance instructor, right?
Yeah, I'm a professional dancer and I teach dance. Yeah.
God, that's awesome. I should have had you
Thank you.
choreograph my musicals. That would have been the
Oh,
crossover of the
that'd been
century.
so much fun. I haven't like done any like musical theater choreo in such a long time, and I'll get calls from like high schools, and it's like they'll call me at like 7 in the morning, like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I'm like, "I'm not answering your phone call at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to
Yes.
bed at 7 o'clock in the morning." Like,
Yes. This is the earliest either of us have canonically been awake, and it's noon.
no, literally, I set an alarm. I
I
like
said alarm too.
I was like, when I slowly say good morning, I'm getting coffee. Like, I was like, I also maybe have to like warm up my voice because I'm definitely
I
gonna
did
sound like
warm-ups
maybe
too.
2 octaves lower. And like, I didn't want that to be like, oh my God, like Weiwei's like voice is so low. I'm like, no, that's just like me when I wake up.
Oh my
But
God, we're the same. That's
oh my
insane. I set
gosh.
3 alarms because I knew I would like ignore the first two.
Yeah, no, same. I did
That's
like half-hour intervals.
that's awesome. I did 15 minutes because I'm a
Uh,
brain poison person. If I read
mm,
something online, I will
mm,
just do it. And one of the things I
mm.
read online is you should set your if you turn off your alarm, your chronic alarm turner offer, you should set
Yeah.
your alarm for 15-minute interview intervals because then
Ah.
you still apparently get like a full cycle of sleep as long as you
Mhm.
sleep for 15 minutes.
Ah, I love that. That's so
But
great. What's been every
speaking of
day?
things I read on the internet, today the topic of the podcast is finding the secret to life through career and what it means
Mm,
to be successful in your career. We're both Twitch streamers. Waybae
mm,
has found incredible success and incredible community and is cool and awesome. And I see Waybae not only as a wise person when I watch the Waybae stream bays, but
mm.
also I'm really gassing Waybae up, but it is also all true. Um, I hope you know, but also just like a person who has found success in an incredibly like difficult medium. It's fucking hard
Yeah.
being a Twitch streamer and sometimes very fucking like thankless.
Mm,
Um, so I want you to speak on that, Queen, for a
yeah.
minute about like your success you find in streaming. Has it
Mm.
brought you happiness?
I would say yesn't, as in like, it's so when I started streaming, I literally didn't know what I was doing, and I feel like a lot of people when they stream, they don't know what they're doing unless they like have fellow streamer friends that like are like, oh yeah, I stream, like let me tell you what I do. So when I literally, okay, I should say prologue too. So what because I also started streaming when I was like in university. I got a dance scholarship for $5,000. They're like, you're a good dancer. Here's $5,000. You can do whatever
My
you want with it.
God.
I was like, okay, cool. And so but I really, at the time, really loved Genshin Impact, and I was really not into just playing on my phone. So literally, I asked my friend who was also into like making computers and stuff, and I was like, hey, Queen, like, I need a computer, but like, I don't want to just like buy one. Like, can I like get like a custom build, and then you just tell me what parts I get, and then like I'll just pay for it. And they're like, oh my God, you have money? I'm like, I have like $5,000 like just like chilling in my bank right now. So like yeah, I
Let's
just
fucking go.
yeah. So I literally just started playing Genshin Impact like on stream, just like literally like pressing the go live button, and then somebody was like, "Oh my God, like you're really fun." I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you." And then they introduced me to their community, and then it just like kind of like went like it just kept going on and on and on and on. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, no way." Like it just I don't know. It just like it was one of those like things that I felt like it was like a right place, right time.
Mhm.
And that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of streamers will just like kind of just get that one person that will like kind of like help you along the way to like some sort of success. But yeah, I just started streaming like maybe like 3 days a week, and then ended up being 4 days a week, and then at one time it was every single day, and then I was like,
Mhm.
this is not good for my mental health at all, actually. um so yeah, I don't know, what was the question?
Uh, the deepest question of all, are you happy?
Am I
But
happy?
I actually like reminiscing on how we began our streaming journeys. Because I remember my first stream was I had no mic. I was playing
Oh
Stardew
no.
Valley
Uh-huh.
micless, and I was like, the title was just, I'm going to play Stardew Valley. I'll respond in chat. And for some reason, like
Uh-huh.
it was my first stream, like seven little gay people joined, and I was like,
Oh.
oh no, I need to turn my mic on. And I'm literally on my bed,
Oh.
unprepared to speak. I just start going, hey, what's up?
That's so cute. I remember like someone giving me a follow and just being like I was like, hey,
It's
thank you. I
it's
started doing weird like
crazy,
hand
right?
motions. I was like,
How did you feel about your first sub?
oh my God. So it was actually really the first like when I hit affiliate, it was literally like I only streamed like the first like 5 times or whatever, the like whatever the requirement was. Like I just reached the minimum and I got it like within like
Mhm.
maybe the first week of streaming, which was like apparently
Nice.
like no
Wow.
one does. So I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. People were like, oh my God, it took me years or it took me months. I'm like, oh well, I just
Feel
pressed
different.
record. Yeah, no, I'm actually low-key built different. But when I got my first sub, it was like people were like yearning to be the first one, if that makes sense. Like they were like, I want to be the first person that subs to you. And I like went live and it's like I don't even remember who my first person was because we don't really talk anymore. Not in like a oh, I have beef with this person, but it's kind of like they're not on the internet as much and stuff. I
Yeah.
think it was my I think it was my friend Professor Mad Monkey, which was also the first person that watched me stream.
Good
But
name.
which yeah, we call him Prof. Hi Prof. I think he was the first one. And if I'm wrong, then whoever was the first one, let me know. But that was like he was kind of the one that like was always consistently there and like always like wanting to support me emotionally and financially. Because I was also a struggling little demure student.
Mhm.
And I was just like, yeah, sub to me and like I'll put on a maid dress or like sub to me and I'll like use
It's
that money for like a mic, you know what I mean? Like,
well,
so
it's actually like so like do you know the term like parasocial relationship?
yes,
I
yeah.
feel like when I was streaming every day,
Hmm.
which was, I'm gonna say something that sounds crazy. I feel like that's when I was like most mentally happy in like a
Hmm.
long period of time, and it was before I entered university, so maybe that's like got
Hmm.
something to do with it. But I feel like I formed like like I really needed like attention at the time, and
Hmm.
I feel like I formed like some kind of like reverse parasocial relationship where like the constant stream of like
Hmm.
positive attention and just like
Hmm.
a ton of people chatting had me like feeling positive.
Yeah. And at that time too, when I started streaming, it was like I just felt really like I had like my dance friends and like my college university friends,
Yes,
and I
yeah.
didn't have any like gaming friends, if that makes sense, because everybody around me was like either studying or dancing, and like there was no like what if I wanted to like play Fortnite? Like,
No,
but
literally.
nobody plays Fortnite. So it was just also that like feeling of like, okay, I'm alone, but like I don't want to be alone. So
Now
I started streaming
expand on
online.
the meaning of that. Like, what does that mean psychologically for us? We were talking
For
before
yeah.
before the stream about like a post I saw where it's like all streamers were like hurt children.
Yeah.
And you said something that I think is really smart, that that might be the gateway, but it's not
Mm,
like it's not something that we think about. It's not like why we do it. Talk
yeah.
about this kind of reverse parasocial relationship. What's it do to us?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like, well, yeah, we were talking about like hurt children, and I was saying like like I didn't like, think of like the traumatized kid to streamer pipeline at all. Like and it was like it was kind of yeah. And then I thought like when I was saying about like being alone, I'm like maybe it's because like I was like kind of left alone a lot when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
like and I didn't have like my parents to like emotionally support me, so maybe finding solace in people online was like healing my inner child.
And does that make us like toxic people? Or
I
does it
don't
just
well, I don't know if that makes us toxic in a sense, but like because in my head, like when I'm doing these like parasocial, oh, I don't even know if I'm like consciously making parasocial
yeah,
relationships, by
see,
the way.
that's what I'd also like to
Yeah.
emphasize. This, if we, I don't think anything of this is conscious. It's we're just
Yeah.
analyzing it through the
Yeah.
possibility that maybe this thing isn't healthy.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just especially the parasocial relationship part because I've just been around the circles way too many times to kind of acknowledge that
Thanks.
like some people are consciously making parasocial relationships
Thanks.
for gain either monetarily or popularity. I'm not gonna dwell on that though because I don't want to call people out. But um um but it's just one of those like things where it's just like um I just don't think that like people are like a majority at least or people that are online are like consciously making these parasocial relationships and but it's also like when does it become not parasocial, like when we just start hanging out in real life or when we start just like hanging out like one on one. Like I never really thought about that, but it's like one of those like, oh my God, like yeah, we're friends. But it's like,
Cute.
I'm so glad that you sent me 50 gifted subs, like therefore we're friends. You know what I mean? Like
I think like that's interesting because we met through Twitch chat. You
yeah,
found my stream somehow,
yeah.
and
Well,
now
over
we're
playing
doing a
Pokemon.
podcast together.
Yeah.
Um, But I also think you're so right when you talk about like this rough dynamic where it's like there's this like really cool person, but they also
Yeah.
send you like 50 gifted subs and you're like, oh my
Yeah.
God, thank you. But you're like,
Mm,
okay, wait, I need to keep it professional. But in
yeah.
my heart, I want to cry. I'm so thankful. Like
Yeah.
I have like a Twitch sub who
Mm.
literally put me through college with the money they gifted me. And it's like, how
Oh.
do I tell you how thankful I am for you? While also telling you that I think you personally are like a cool person to talk to.
Mm.
Because we also like we'll like chat in like the Eslan Discord or something.
Mm.
But also keeping this kind of distance.
Mm.
But also, I like what you said, where it's like, but when does it like transcend this kind of like parasocial viewer streamer professional relationship? Is it only when you both are streamers and you host a podcast together, or can it ever like tell me more? Basically, is what I'm
I
saying.
I think I think the difference, and this is just like what my personal opinion, like I don't know if this is like the literal definition. When it becomes like from parasocial to like an actual like relationship between like a person to a person, not like a streamer to like a viewer, is like when you start making that like personal connection to where it's like, okay, like yeah, swag, you gave me 50 gifted subs. Love you, less than three. But like,
You're so cool.
but thank you. But like when you're like, okay, but now I want to get to know you, and now I want to hang out with you, and like it's like kind of like removing those two social roles and like kind of like making them like kind of like blurring it out and being like, no, now we're just friends. Yeah.
I like that.
Like I have a person that when I did a lot of like subathons because
The
I love
subathons were
money.
cracked, by the way.
Love money. Just kidding. When I say love money, it's usually because like again, like I'm a professional dancer and like I'm a very like gig based or hourly based person. And so when I do subathons, it's like, hey, like I'm running low on cash and or I need to like I just want to like hang out for like 72 hours with people.
Yeah.
Um but one of one of my friends, and I don't think this is parasocial at all because like we talk constantly. We're at each other on Snapchat, like you know what I mean? It's but like he like gave me 100 gifted subs, and I'm like bawling my eyes out hour 12 of playing Genshin Impact. And I'm like, you don't know how much this means to me, et cetera, et cetera. And like
Mhm.
just being like, okay, but like now that like I physically know what you look like and we now play games together and we tell each other our deepest darkest secrets and like what's going on in our lives, I feel like it went from this like streamer to viewer friendship or not friendship but to relationship to like an actual like friendship. Like we know each other on a level that isn't like, oh, you just know me because you see me online and you see me on a screen. It's now like I know so much about you. I know where you live. I know where you know where I live. You've sent me, packages. I've sent you packages. Wink, wink. No, just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Um, but I think it was one of those things where it's just like I'm also like s- not consciously being like, okay, now I want them to be like my friend. It was more like, you're really cool. Like, I want to get to know you better, but like in a very like a very like not like a retrospective way, but just like in like a how I feel type of way. Like, I'm so grateful for you, but also at the same time, like you're a really cool person. And I also want to get to know you like outside of Twitch and stuff. So that's what I think.
I think that's pretty wise.
Thank
Then
you.
I feel less guilty about that. Shout out Nick All Night, the fucking goat. Just got a new cat. Fucking legend. It's so
Oh,
cute, dude. Nick All
love.
Night, you're the legend. But I'm going to grab water really quick, so I'm going to
Yeah.
make you talk for a long time about.
Okay.
I'm going to be like 2 seconds, but
Okay.
I want you to talk about like what Twitch has like done for you, and
Okay.
has it brought you any happiness? All right, I'm muting
Okay.
myself. Have fun. Bye,
Okay.
idiot.
Twitch. like I said, like yesn't. It's brought me happiness in the sense that I feel like I am now finding people that um have the same like mindset as me, have the same like interests as me. I really don't think I've found like a fellow dancer. I mean I know people that like dance, but like not like in the professional level sense. Um, but I also love talking to people around the world. I feel like that also had made me like really happy to know that like the net that I cast streaming wise is reaching people in other countries such as like Europe. I had a really big like Southeast Asia base um when I was first starting out, and I think it was mostly because of like time zone. Um and but this was also the same time that I was like um just like not necessarily like unhappy, but sometimes I feel like when I was streaming a lot, um, it was just very like I yearned for them to come and like watch me. But then when I had to change my streaming schedule because of my work schedule and they couldn't come around as much, that made me feel not so happy. So that's why I want to say like when I say yesn't, it was like I was really glad that like and really happy that like that my schedule at one time like gathered the audience that I really like wanted and yearned for. But then when I switched, it like um no one was really interacting as much and whatever. So like it was like, oh man, I just like lost my demographic. Or like, oh, I miss all my friends that used to talk to me online. And I never really think of like demographics or anything, or like when I want to stream or when I yearn, like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna work my whole work schedule around streaming now. Which, by the way, dumb idea. I mean, if you're trying to do stream as a hobby, um, you don't have to do that. Chase your bag. Chase your bag. Um, but I will say in a turnaround, if your streaming money is more than the money that you're currently making, maybe consider what I just said and maybe the opposite. But like, um, because there was a time where my like the the work that I was doing like IRL was less than the money I'd be making on Twitch with less hours. I was like, I remember like my first couple of months of streaming, I was making about like $500 a month just from
Wow.
like just like 3 days. And then like I was like, yeah, I don't need to go to work. Like like I'll just sit and look pretty and play video games. But then like again, like my the shift changed where I was like, oh, like I can't stream during this time. People started viewing me less. People started like giving me money less because I wasn't streaming at that time. And it was just like, oh, I messed up. I'm like giving people my work hours and like because I wanted to stream. And so now it was just like kind of like a, oh wow, like I really wish like Waybae in 2 years told me about this. But it was like that like good feeling of being like, yeah, I'm gonna go play games and I'm gonna be so like cutesy and mindful and demure online,
Oh my
and people are
God.
gonna give me money and it's gonna be so nice. And like I get to hang out with all my friends, and then like everything changed when like the Fire Nation attacked, and then like now the Fire Nation being like I got an opportunity to dance in something and I had to change my stream schedule.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was just like, but like, I don't know. Money never brought me happiness. It was always the people. The money was like a good like little side thing. And like when I got money from doing it, that's when I was like, okay, like let me make that change. But it was never like I'm not making money. I'm not gonna stream as often anymore.
Yeah.
It was like I don't have these people around me anymore. And I
The
started like
money
feeling a
is what
little sad.
helped subsidize your
Yeah.
ability to do the streams.
Yeah. No, that's what it was. But then like it was just like, oh no, like I can't do this anymore because now I need to actually like work, like pay taxes and like stuff.
Do you live where are you living right now? Apartment or with family?
I'm living with family. My parents are very Asian in a sense that they really want me to like stay with them until I get married. And I was like, okay, but like I'm still gonna like help out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're very like, no, 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 save your money. And I'm like, no, but like I also wanna like wash dishes. Or, like, like I
Life
wanna
hack,
like
never get married, free
yeah.
housing.
No, that's when I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna be like single for the rest of my life? But who knows?
Is that something
We'll
that
see.
occupies your thoughts, like love?
Yeah,
Would you
well,
tell me about
yes.
love?
Oh my
'Cause-
gosh.
Wait, how old are you? Wait, you don't have to, I can cut this out if you want. How old are you?
Oh my God, I'm 28.
That can't be true. In my head, you're 24. I thought we were like the same age. And I know, I guess that's not that much of a difference. I'm 23.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I just thought you were very wise, a very wise 24-year-old. Um,
No, I look very young because Asian don't raisin,
I,
but
I've never heard that before. That's so baller.
yeah, thank
Then
you.
so then tell me about love, my friend. At the age of what's dating like at the age of 28 when you were a streamer
Oh
and a
my
dancer?
gosh. A
Because
streamer.
at the
Yeah.
age of 28, I may find myself as a streamer and a theater artist. So I might be in a
Yeah.
similar world soon.
Yeah. Love comes and goes. I think a lot of time, which I also recommend no one doing, is that somebody will come to your Twitch. And this has happened for years, by the way. Is it an expose on me or is it expose on them? Who knows? But
Whoa, good sentence. Bars.
thank you. Like somebody will come into chat, think I'm cute, send me a DM on Discord. I think it's something, and then it ends up being nothing. And then it's cyclical because I'm like, oh, I want that again.
Mm.
And then I think that's when the parasocialness comes back because it's just like oh my God, I remember this one time this person like was just like we were just exchanging messages back and forth. Like I thought nothing of it because they were like, "Oh my God, I love you," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I love you too." Like but I didn't know it was like I love you in a romantic sense
Mm.
because I only been messaging this person in for like maybe weeks,
That's
and
parasocial. They think they know you
yeah,
better.
yeah, and I'm like, okay. And I was trying to like blur the again like the parasocial like streamer to view into a friendship because we add each other on social media and stuff like that. And then but they were like, no, like I love you. And I'm like, I don't know you like that. And
Yeah,
then they were like, but
that's scary.
I wanted you to like be part of my poly relationship. And I was like, oh,
The
well,
polycule.
yeah. And I was like, well, I'm monogamous. I fear. So I don't think that's gonna work out. And then I never saw them ever again.
Mm.
Because I think they were like, oh my gosh, we're in love. We're gonna like move in together. You're gonna come up to see me. You're gonna like X, Y, and Z. And this person definitely did like say those kind of things, like, oh, like I'm in Northern California, like you should come visit me.
I love
And I
that.
was like, I'm in Southern California. I would need to take either an airplane or a 12-hour drive up there, and I am actively not wanting to do that.
Mhm.
Like, so it was like a lot of those like these people online just like again like seeing me and then just being like, oh, I think you're really hot. Let's just exchange messages. And I'm like, okay. And then it comes to like oh, I think I like you. And I'm like, I don't even know your legal government name. Like
Yes,
you
your
know,
relationship can't form if you only know them as like God, the powerful 10.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at making fake
God
Twitch
Powerful 10,
names.
that's crazy. I probably wouldn't even talk to them.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I was like, very religious of you. Thank you so much for the follow. Like,
I have a problem where I'm so quick to the block button. Like if someone like DMs me and
yeah.
is like says anything like
Hmm.
even vaguely just like commenting on my appearance, it's a ban in
Yeah.
Twitch chat, it's a block on Discord.
Yeah.
And I feel like I like now that I'm more mature, I should probably chill out about that. But also it's good.
Well, but like also at the same time, it's like if you didn't like if you don't want that, you can also like,
Yeah,
like it's your channel, your choice.
that's true.
You know,
Actually,
it's
wait, let's talk about that for a second. Let's
yeah.
talk about our chats.
Okay.
What do you think the vibe? Because I think maybe both our chats will listen to this. If you
Okay.
are, I'm so sorry. I called out you, Nick Allman, your beautiful cat, but I love your cat so much. Um,
Oh.
it's like the size of a penny, dude. Um,
Oh.
but yeah, tell me like if you were to gauge the vibes of your chat to
Mm.
describe them like as a collective person, what
Hmm.
do you think your chat gives?
God, I like it. It really, in my heart and in my soul, in my ideal chat world, I feel like my chat is very like mindful and cutesy to your, but also I know for a fact that I'm like oftentimes not, and it could be a little chaotic and a little like, wait, babe, what are you doing? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm literally freaking out right now. What about you? Like, you know what I mean? But I set a thing where it's just like, dude, if you don't vibe with me, you're just not gonna be here. Like, like I've had people that like come into chat and then just like make these like really like weird like passive aggressive like low-key homophobic like
Yeah.
little messages and I'm like, "Ooh, this is your first time chatting. I don't know you like that." Like, you know what I mean? Like it's and it's a block button right away. I'm really into just people just being like, "Hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Aw.
Let's move on."
My
Or
mods
like
are also fast to the
yeah.
ban button. If someone says a thing that they're
Mhm.
like one time this first time chatter just like it was like a nice chat, but I
Yeah.
guess the way they phrase it, one of the mods just thought it was kind of annoying, so they banned
Yeah.
them. And I was like,
Oh
what the fuck? No, bring them
no.
back.
I had a mod that I'm really good at serving face.
And
Or
serving
like
cunt.
thank you, like a restaurant.
Whoa.
Thank you. So sorry. My brain just works 24/7 and like sometimes I just like don't filter it and it's great and fun. And I say a bunch of stuff like that. Just a forewarning. Um,
I love your brain and
but
you.
thank you, Eden. I like your brain and you too.
What the fuck?
Um, I there was this person that like first time chatter too. I was just like literally like again like playing Genshin and they were like being really passive aggressive and like
Mm,
also kind of like just kind of like less passive and more aggressive at it went on. Um and I was like looking at like who I usually don't have like by the way, I usually don't see how many viewers I have, but I literally like checked on who's moderating my chat, and I'm like, there's five of them right there, and they're not seeing this chat at all. And I just like banned them, and I was like, hey y'all, sorry, I just didn't like any of that vibe at all. And then all my like mods are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I thought you guys were just chill. I'm like, did you not see how uncomfortable I was? And then they're like, Waybae, you're really good at masking like who you are as a person.
wow.
And I was like, oh fuck. Maybe, yeah. Sometimes I'm like I'm a really passive person, but there is like a tipping point where I'm like, I don't think anybody likes this conversation.
Yeah.
And I was thinking more for like for me and also the people that were watching me. I was like, I don't really like this at all. So I just like banned them. and I blocked some of the words that they were saying.
Smart.
And yeah. And people were just like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry. I just like thought you guys were like friends." I'm like, "Did you not see that it's at first time chatter?" But anyways, some of the mods are not mods anymore. But that's okay.
Oh, damn.
You know, moving
My
forward.
I think I've given my chat like absent mother syndrome because
Oh,
because you know me,
yeah.
I live a busy life, and so I'll
Mm-hmm.
stream for like a week straight and be like,
Yeah.
guys, we're so back. And then
Yeah.
another thing will start, like another
Mm,
project, and I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry.
yeah.
And it's like filtered it so like the ones who have survived these last 2 years are like the most chillest motherfuckers
Hmm.
who love like they've like grown on their own. They've kept like the Discord like somewhat alive.
Yeah.
Um and like much like a child who has to become independent too early. But I think that's
Mm-hmm.
also made them the funniest, no shade to other Twitch chats. I think my
Yeah.
chat's easily the funniest motherfuckers on
Yeah.
Twitch because
Yeah.
a chat doesn't go by without me getting roasted or catching a stray. And it's literally these guys are so insanely creative. It's
Mm-hmm.
fucking my Twitch banner
Mm-hmm.
and my
Mm-hmm.
YouTube banner, I screenshotted just a bunch of my favorite roasts that I could find and just like compiled them to be the banner.
I love that.
I love them so much, dude. They're creative motherfuckers. I should do more for them.
Yeah.
But the last thing I told them is I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna be traveling. I know I just graduated. I'm not gonna be traveling
Mm-hmm.
the country for the next year doing theater.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my bad. I'll stream wherever I can.
Yeah.
Right
Have
now
you
I'm
thought about doing
streaming.
like a no, you go. Go ahead.
Oh, right now I'm streaming on a little on my bed, and I
Mm-hmm.
have like a bed here. You can see it. You're gonna see all the
Yeah.
clothes on the ground, don't you? This is like a bench.
Cute.
And this might be when I start streaming. This will probably be my streaming setup for a while because I'm only going to be here for a few months. I'm going to
Yeah.
see if I can put up like maybe like a tapestry or maybe one colored light instead of this weird amber lighting I got going on.
Oh my gosh.
But chats, like the ones who stick with you, dude, I don't think they know how much it means to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you also were t talking earlier, like that you had to go on like breaks too, right?
Yeah. It was more for like mental health and like work oriented stuff. But when I was like doing like 12-hour work days and
Hmm.
I'm like mentally exhausted, like I one thing that I do appreciate about the people that follow me is that they understand, right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
um like when you follow me, it comes with the territory of I will also be straight up transparent, like if I'm not feeling it today, or if I think the longest hiatus I've ever been on was like a month,
Hmm.
and that
I'm
did
like a
so
yearling.
much. Oh no. And it was just like it was like a recollection of self, really. Because I just felt like I was going in a direction like mentally and stream wise that I didn't really like because
Yes.
it was just like the striving to post content that I didn't personally enjoy, but I knew that people liked, if that makes sense.
Makes a
And
fuck ton of sense.
yeah, and I told myself like when I started streaming, I was like, I don't want to be a person that just like streams and just does what everybody else is doing. Like if I'm gonna make content, I'm gonna like it. And I'm gonna be so fucking silly. And and I'm gonna be so like internal with how I produce content. And the people that get it, and then the people that don't, you know? Um,
That's
and
a
so
risk because you might like alienate a general audience that you could
yeah.
get.
And that's okay. That's
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I never said I was for everybody. Who
Yeah,
said I
you
was
don't
for
want those
everybody?
guys around anyway.
Yeah, what the heck? Get well soon, everybody else. Like,
I think you must be diseased if
yeah.
you're not following Waybae, by the
Oh
way.
my
By
gosh.
the way,
All right.
Bay.
I have the cure. Come over. Like,
Did I tell you, speaking of The Cure and Demure, that
yeah.
when that like audio, when I first heard it, when it first became like a thing I was hearing in
Uh,
IRL, I
Yeah.
almost sent you a congratulations text because I thought the demure person was you. And I was, because I didn't see them.
Yeah.
I just heard their
Yeah.
voice. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, Waybae got it big. And I was going to send you like a DM like, Waybae, I'm so proud of you. And then I like actually saw the person like, this is not Waybae.
Very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. Yeah, no. That's so funny though. I would have liked it. I would have
Okay.
I would have loved if you just like slid into my DMs and was like, "Hey, congratulations." And I've been like, "What?"
That's probably all I would have said too.
Wait,
I would
what?
just, yeah, good work.
Oh my God. Like if you literally say congratulations and like nothing else, I've probably been like, "Hey, did you get hacked? Like, do you want me to help you? Like, do you need me to send you like But
So
I mean,
I'm
I would
gonna
have said thank you, obviously, but like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just start sending you different random messages like good
yeah,
work on getting married, like at like different random interview
yeah. I'm like,
levels.
oh my God, thank you so much. I didn't tell anybody that was married to this bag. My
Best of luck
bad.
on the interview coming up.
Oh my gosh. I did have an audition on Monday and I passed, but
Ooh, let's talk about that actually, because
oh my gosh.
what's it like being a performing artist and a streamer? Because I feel
Uh
like that's so much harder to balance than just working like a
mhm.
9 to 5 and streaming.
And that part because I feel like so like I said it earlier, I also teach. So I have a consistent schedule with teaching and then a non-consistent schedule with professionally dancing.
Yeah.
And so I learned at a very like young age to always like just keep yourself in check.
Mhm.
And that's why I always like and like just kind of like take a moment to like ground yourself and like kind of just like be wherever you are. That was a Steven Universe
Good. See, I was
reference.
about to say good Steven Universe reference. That's my favorite
Thank
song next
you.
to Stronger Than
Uh,
You.
yeah,
No, wait. Here Comes a Thought is baller.
oh my God, I did a whole essay on Here Comes a Thought
You
and why it was
didn't you do
important in
like a
social
dance
media.
to it too? I thought I watched that on Twitter.
It was no, that was Love Like You.
Um,
Yeah,
oh my God.
I taught some kids a little contemporary ballet piece.
You're
And
making the
yeah.
kids gay. You're doing
I
what
I
Donald Trump says we're doing.
I I personally like that song and I personally also think that if you're a dancer, you're just like a little fruity.
Yeah,
I I think that's that. I mean, like, okay, cool, like your hat, like that's great, but like I'm gonna make you listen to the Steven Universe and like also if you like it, then I know something clicks. You know what I mean? Anyways,
for
moving on.
sure.
I'm just like kind of like guiding you in a direction. I'm not telling you this is the direction. Um, anyways, moving on. So yeah, um, just like um oh gosh. How do I yeah, wait, let me wait, what was the situation? Monday. Oh, I got an email at 1 p.m. Like an invite to do this thing. And I was like, okay, cool, swag. I'm gonna do it. I've made an announcement on, on my Discord. I was like, hey, just letting y'all know, like, stream might be later on today. I usually stream around this time, but I had to go to an audition. I'll let you guys know. Um, made the Passed the audition. Didn't know rehearsal was the same day, by the way. They sent me an email while I was at work.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah, they were like, well, the audition was around like 4. I went to work at like 5 to 7 because I just taught 2 dance classes. And then I went home and started streaming. Like, but in between like going home from work and streaming, I was eating and I got an email saying like, hey, congrats, just letting you know, first rehearsals today from 7:30 to 9. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna email you saying I'm sorry I didn't see this email because I'm like I didn't
Because
know.
why
But
would you?
yeah, why would I? And then but the person emailed me back like that like Tuesday, so yesterday, saying like, oh, that's all good. We still want to work with you regardless. And sometimes I like forget that like people know like outside of Twitch, like my work ethic,
Mm,
because a lot of times, and this goes hand in hand with like streaming and like what I've grown up to do or like what I've grown up knowing is like people will always know you if you leave a positive impact on them. And I always
beautifully said.
try to tread on this very like positively impacting human being role that I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't even think you try to do that. I think you are that. And I'm like, oh, stop. But like, I guess like I never like consciously talked about it because I also talking this on stream like on Monday night. I was like, sometimes I forget people know who I am
Mm,
because I was like, yeah, sure, like I have like thousands of followers, whatever. But like IRL, like because I just like use my work ethic that I use for work and just translate it into streaming.
yeah.
And I like didn't like connect the two, being like, oh, people like me because of my work ethic as well, IRL and also on Twitch. Um and and so yeah, I was just like, um, but then again, like I have to be transparent with like my streamer pals because I'm like, hey, like just like I have this audition thing and I'm always trying to like, do dance stuff all the time. And so yeah, I'm doing a show in December.
Let's fucking go. You're
Yay.
always
Let's
slaying.
fucking, let's fucking go.
I
Um,
does it because
mhm,
for me, even though like I don't stream a lot, I have this
mhm.
understanding with my chat who have to raise themselves that like it feels like they're always like on my side. So like when and performing arts is a dramatic world, dude.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so like when I feel like I'm like doing a lot or like the hours are really intense or like an
Mhm.
intense period in the show, there's
Yeah.
this something that keeps me from falling into the darkness is
Yeah.
this idea that like I'm like, well, no matter what, there's these guys, this chat,
Hmm.
this
Yeah.
lovely people who are on my side, and like
Yeah.
something about that like always just like it makes our intense job like a lot
Hmm.
easier. Does the same
Yeah.
thing happen for you too?
Yeah. I feel like I like how you call them my guys. That's
My
so cute.
guys.
That's so cute. Um, but I just sorry, that just reminded me of like the episode of Steven when Steven floats
Yeah.
and how like he was just like floating the whole entire time and he couldn't go down and he was just thinking about like, oh my God, who was there for me the whole entire time? And he like looks
Oh,
down and it's like, my guys, they've been here ever since I like told them I was floating. And like, you know what I mean? So I just thought like when you said that, I was like, oh my God, my guys.
that's beautifully
But
said. See, this is why I
yeah.
said you're one of the wisest people I know. Let's fucking go.
Oh, thank you. Um, but that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh, stop. I'm blushing. Okay.
Your ass bitch.
Um, but no, it's one of those things too where it's like just going back on the relationship stuff. Um, I now have a group of people online that I can just like tell everything to. Like I
Yeah.
can I can literally just like be in a VC with like two or three people and be like, hey, like this is the lowdown of what my day was. And I'm X, Y, and Z. And like, yeah, maybe they're not professional therapists, but they're there, to just hear me out.
Yeah.
And give me advice if it's solicited, sometimes unsolicited. And I'm just gonna like roll with it because they're my friends, they're my guys. Um,
All my fellas.
my fellas, all my fellas.
All my fellas. Yo, wait, keep pouring up a dance to that. Guys, you didn't see it. Waybae slayed and all my fellas dance.
What do you I mean, just like little shoulder, little
Guys, this is
L's.
crazy. Whoa. We'll turn that L into a W, my
W
friend.
to a heart. Yeah.
Whoa. Wait, can you do the
No.
bad apple thing? I just learned this. This is
Oh,
the
it's like
first
turn
TikTok
turn.
dance.
Is it that one? It's like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Guys, we're
dun.
doing it
Bah,
perfectly
bah.
together.
Is it that one? And it's
Yeah.
like I literally one thing about like his my mind is like I have really good like kinetic memorization because I've just been dancing for so long. I think I've seen that video like maybe like three different times, and I'm like, okay, I know the dance.
That's
Like
crazy. That's
that,
awesome.
yeah. Um, it was just so funny. Like, um, but maybe that's also how I became like really like witty and on top of it. I think I just have like a really formed amygdala. Who knows?
What's an amygdala?
It's like the thing that helps you like memorize stuff. No, that's your hippocampus. My bad.
Clearly yours isn't working.
That's my bad. But like the amygdala is like the frontal lobe part, and it's like
Oh,
it's that thing that develops until you're like 25, 26.
so wait, you're a fully developed person.
Yeah, I'm a fully developed person. Like
That's so sick.
I guess physically, but maybe not mentally, but who knows? Sometimes I feel like because I know you said you're like 23. Sometimes I feel
Yeah.
like my mindset's still at like 23.
Really, I still feel
Yeah.
like here's a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you think like quarantine and COVID affected your like
Oh
development?
my God.
Because I was
Yeah.
19, like I had
Hmm.
just turned 19 when
Yeah.
the pandemic started, and I
Yeah.
felt like I've been 19 since I've been 19.
Yeah. No, same. Yeah, I was like 24, 23, 24. Yeah, when that happened. Um, I was literally part of the American College Dance Association, like full
Yo,
ride. Like I would go to conferences and stuff. I did a work study at a dance theater.
you're
I
cool as
was
fuck.
I was part of a dance company. I was part of my university's dance company, and then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. The Fire Nation being COVID, and like I literally everything, the world stopped. I was playing Animal Crossing every single day, like making the dalgona coffee, like the the whipped coffee, and like every morning I learned how to make bread. I learned how to make pasta. Like it was like I feel like I learned how to be like a homely body, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I learned how to appreciate just being inside because I used to be so outward. Like I'm like, hey pals, hey mom, going to just do whatever I want to do and like come home at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, that's still what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Well, yeah, and it was just like, oh my gosh, honestly, this relish where you are in now, like college life, like just make it how you want to make it because
Okay.
like you, it's so much fun.
Waybae
Some
froze.
where people set you up for potential success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and
I
then
actually these are my first few months out of college. And
yeah,
you've been on the adult scene for a while.
yeah. And I
Does
still
it
don't know what the fuck's going on.
fuck?
Well, sorry. Well, ask your question. Maybe I'll have an answer.
I was gonna ask, does it get easier?
Does it get easier? I would say I'll say this. You know what made it easier?
What's up?
Having people that have been in it for a while. Because I made connections in college through my work studies, through dance companies and stuff like that. Like where how I got this audition to track back is that I worked with a choreographer who is also a doctor and a master's in dance and was like, I think you'd be perfect for this. And I was like, period. And then now I got it. So a lot of times too, people out there in the universe looking for internships. This is my brush, by the way.
I play with a necklace. I'm glad we're both stimming on
Stimming.
something.
This it's like it's also like it's very like I just like how it feels on my palm and like okay anyways
Guys,
moving on.
the autism to streamer pipeline is the exact
Oh my
same.
gosh, I call myself Z McGuire. Moving forward.
So you're
um
saying that what I need to do is text people back?
well, not necessarily text people back, but in a sense that like if you know somebody like that you like that is in a position that you want to be in,
Mhm.
form that relationship. You know what I mean? Um, so to just like go back to what I was saying too, it was just like I worked with this person. I did summer workshops with this person. I've like done shows for this person, and this girl has been giving me nothing but opportunities, being like, "Hey, I think you'd be perfect
Wow.
for this. Hey, I think they want somebody like you." You know what I mean? Like they'll give you money because I know who you are as a person because she knew my work ethic. She knew the vibes that I give. This one time she emailed me, he's like, hey, like this is cool, but I think people only want you there for like your aura. So like if you
Wow.
I was like, what? That's crazy. But it's like it's one of those like like I know you're a good dancer. I've seen you dance. I've seen the way that you've interacted with people. I think people just want you there. Like, like you might not be like the best one there, but I think people would want you there like to work with you
Hmm.
and for you to grow. Like I
Also,
think you just
personality higher, I
yeah,
get you.
personality hire. Like, yeah, thank you so much. If you wanted like the token gay Filipino to show up.
My
But like
mentor
yeah.
one time was like,
Mm,
Eden, this is how she talks. She talks
mm,
like an owl who recently became a
yeah.
human. She goes like,
Yeah.
Eden, an advantage you have is you check a lot of boxes for people.
Oh, that's
But
so
she just
cute.
meant like you're trans, you're
Mm,
Hispanic, you're
yeah.
indigenous, you're
Yeah.
gay, you're not neurotypical, and then that's
Yeah.
it already like a full hand.
Yeah.
And then we keep going. And then she's like,
Oh.
you're dumb, you're stupid,
You're built like that.
you're built like that. You're, dude, wait, have we ever
Mm.
like talked about like how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay, never mind. In my head, I'm like,
Oh.
what if Waybae is like 5'2"?
Oh
Like this,
no. I feel like I give that impression. I feel like I radiate tiny person energy.
how tall do you think I am?
Like also 5'10".
I'm 6'3".
Wait, that's kind
I'm
of
like
cool.
a head taller than you.
I could put my head on your shoulder.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so crazy. Isn't that like that's also the thing too, is that like the internet just like and just like cameras just like give the illusion of height.
No, I
Like
was thinking that. Yeah.
mm. Because
I,
wait, hold on. I'm gonna go to my bathroom door and like hold on. Because
oh my
I'm
God, Waybae is tiny.
like
Wait, 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 I,
like
I know you said you're
what
5'10". That image of, okay, chat, Waybae was like as tall as the doorknob on the
yeah.
bathroom.
But the thing is that like this is like a high rise like ceiling like house. And so the
Yeah.
the doors are also really tall. So like when I would do like IRL cooking streams and then like just like stand next to like a door, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so petite." And so like I could pick you up. I'm like, I'm 5'10". I don't
My first
know.
thought was, I was like, I could pick you up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd let you.
I
I can
could
hold my weight.
huck you like a softball.
Oh, that's
Um,
cute.
So I guess here's the deepest question of all as we
Yeah.
wrap up, my dear friend,
Hmm.
who I'm talking to for the first time, but hopefully not
Yeah.
the last time. I think I love
Yeah.
talking to you.
I think I love talking to you too.
Holy fuck.
Am
Are you happy?
I happy? In retrospect, yes. Are there moments of weakness? Also, yes.
Mhm.
Um, I think one of the things, and I'll just leave it at this, is that I um forged my own path.
Yeah.
Because none of my parents are doing this the way that I don't think they wanted me to do it. They wanted me to be like a business person in a cubicle.
Mm,
And I said, I'm for the streets. And the streets, I mean the theater. Like, you know what I mean? Um,
that's bars.
like, like, they never told me to be a dancer. They never told me to do it professionally. They never told me to like be a streamer. Um, and one thing that I learned is just like, why do things that everybody else is doing if you don't want that to be what you want to do? That sounded really crazy, but like,
That's
I'll,
so fucking sick. I don't think that sounded crazy at all.
yeah. And I'm actually quoting my Caucasian stepfather because when I was in high school, I got into I got accepted to PLNU, which is Point Loma Nazarene University, which is like a religious school, and I
I
wanted to be a
actually
nurse.
interviewed to be a teaching artist there. Wait, this is such a tangent. They
Yeah.
interviewed me and their question was like, "Can you prove that you're like Lutheran?" And I was like, yes."
Well,
I didn't get the job.
yeah, and that's okay. Because if you did, I don't think we'd be here right now.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, I got in because I said I know some of the people that go there. which I did. But I was like, I want to be a nurse, just like my brother and my sister and my aunts. And I was like literally like in the car with like my dad, and he was like, why would you want to do things that like other people want to do? Like, and I was like, okay. Like I was like, damn, I'm not gonna throw thousands of dollars at this at this university that I have to like go to a chapel for once a week. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So I think that like like that like threw me into who I am as a person. And I think finding happiness is doing things that you want to do consciously and um like grounding yourself in a way that um lets you self-reflect if this is what you really want to do, and also having conversations with people that you know um may not be in the same realm as you, like
Mm.
work wise, like social wise, question mark. I don't know if that's the right thing to
Life,
say.
life
Life wise,
position wise.
yeah. Um, because I think at that time, like I think then you can just like also pause and reflect and be like, okay, like they're going through this thing. They seem happy, like or not happy, you know. Um, and yeah, I think I am happy. And I think I am happy where I am right now. In a few years, will I be happy with what I am right now? I don't know. And
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
What do you want? Like, what do you
Yeah.
want?
I just want to like be successful in anything that I do. Because I think I can, and I think I have the
I think you
potential
can
to do
too.
so. And I think that like if I am gonna do something, I don't want to like half-ass it, and I want to put my whole like Waybaexo in it. You know what I mean? Like
Way bussy.
my way bussy is I've heard is in high demand, and I, I'll post at 1.5K. Just kidding.
Post hole. Post.
Post-
Can I,
post-
chat. I said chat.
uh,
Chat. You
You've
heard
been
it
saying
here first. Get this episode to 5,000 views. Waybae
yeah.
post hole.
I will,
Let me
yeah.
see.
Twitter circles aren't a thing anymore, so it will be for the masses and for my digital footprint. Yes.
That's so goaded. Do you have a Patreon?
Yeah. I don't have a Patreon. I'm banned on Patreon. I don't know why. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I got an email saying you've been banned. I'm like, I don't even log in. Like, what happened? Like,
Did you make one?
well, I made one just to make one because this was around like Tumblr time, and I
Yeah.
think somebody was supporting, like, I was supporting somebody on Patreon, but like, I remember canceling the subscription, and I want to say like years later, maybe I got hacked. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. I was just like, I don't know.
That's
I have a
so
coffee
fucking funny.
or a Ko-Fi. I don't know what that is. I have a Venmo. I have a PayPal.
You posted too much hole, I guess.
I
They s-
mean, if I knew.
they said you can't post too much hole,
I
but Waybae
yeah.
excels in everything the Waybae do.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And I really hope that like since I am putting myself out there and I'm like my my presence is like what monetizes me in a way. Like I
Yeah.
just really hope that like the way I present myself to everybody is like genuine and transparent. And then if it isn't, please call me out. Thank you.
I do think I can't imagine you not being genuine. Like even through
Mhm.
like I know like we all like play like a bit of characters because it's
Yeah.
difficult to be like no
Mhm.
human just talks 24/7, but that's like what
Yeah.
streaming requires. But I think
Yeah.
I don't know, whoever you are, you're you and
Mhm.
I, all love. I split the apple right into the car. I was on a hike with some friends and it was blisteringly hot. And one of my friends was like, do you guys know the bad apple dance? Let me teach it to you right now. And we were like trudging through like the heat and dirt. And she's like, no, no, it's a 2 count.
wow, that's amazing.
And I was like, this is why I direct,
Gosh.
dude. I don't dance
Yeah,
anymore.
I love like oh my God, I love being a choreographer sometimes because I get to like call out things like that. But at the same time, I also just like love dancing and being told what to do because sometimes I just like shut off like the that part of like making it perfect and just being like, yes, chef, and doing whatever.
I
It's
love
a
Yes
really
Chef brain.
fun dichotomy. It's a really fun like little difference that you just gotta switch on and off. But yeah.
I have this problem where do you know the musical Cats?
I yes, I do.
Do you know the Rum Tum Tugger?
Oh my yeah.
So the Rum Tum Tugger is me, the most I've ever felt represented in media. So the line was like, when I want to go in, I'd rather
And
go
okay.
out.
Yeah.
Um, because when I'm an actor, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, I wish I was the director. I don't want to
Mhm.
take orders. But then when I'm the director, I'm
Uh,
like, oh my God, there's so much brain power. I just want to be an
I
actor.
know. I oh my God, I agree 100%. Like sometimes I'm just like I'm like teaching these kids this thing. I'm like, sometimes I just wish somebody could just like take my spot and like just like learn.
Yeah.
Like like this is too much for me. I mean, I've been like keeping up. I like have a passion planner. Do you know what a passion planner is?
You tell me. Maybe this
Okay.
will lead me to enlightenment.
Yeah, maybe it could be a step. Who knows? Not me. Or maybe, I don't know. Um, it's basically a planner, but you there's different ones that you can get on online and stuff. I do like a weekly one where it's like this is the week of X, Y, and Z, and then you can there's a little section of things that you can write down, like things that made you happy or things that like, you
Oh my
know,
God.
in a little section, and then there's like um whole day spread out with like times and stuff like that. And then on like the bottom left, it's like tasks that you could do like work personal, and then on the bottom right, it's like space of infinite possibilities. And you just like can put whatever you want in there as long as it makes you whatever. It's infinite.
I'm getting that.
And then at the end of each month, there's questions that you can like fill out and being
Oh
like,
my God.
what is one thing that like helped you or like if you could rate this month to last month, like what did you do different or like is it the same and stuff. So like that really helps me like be like kind of reflective of who I am and also gives me like something to stem on, like get one of my like colored pens and be like this month I'm gonna do in blue. Like, like I have this cute like little yellow pen that I've been using and I can't really read what's going on, but it's just the fact that I'm writing with it makes me happy
Dude,
because
that's objectively one of like the coolest things I've ever heard.
Oh, if I can find
I
it, it's somewhere in my backpack. But
pretty sure I'm not a planner person because I guess this is a big topic that we're about to
yeah,
get on when we're ending stream.
yeah.
Stream, no, it's so in my
Uh,
head.
it's okay.
What is time in the present
Mm,
moment to you? Because I don't like planners because
mm,
I try my best not to live in like the future or the past.
yeah.
I feel like it takes me out of it. It stresses me out
Oh,
also.
I think one of the okay, I'll say that I get anxious a lot.
Mhm.
And I um sometimes I'm not able to sleep at night because I'm like I don't know what's going on tomorrow.
Mm,
And so if I'm looking forward to something the next day, I'm like ready for it. Like for example, this podcast, setting
yeah.
an alarm, 30-minute intervals for me. Um, and that made me sleep like a cute little baby because I was like, I get to talk to Eden tomorrow.
So I'm legitimately the opposite way.
Mhm.
If I like have a thing to do the
Mhm.
next day and it's planned, I can't fucking sleep. I need to
Yeah.
like forget when I'm every day, I need to forget what's happening tomorrow or else like I go crazy. So like my way of doing that is like all
Mhm.
I set my alarms for this
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, now my brain can let go of this and I
Mhm.
can like live now because like
Yeah.
if I like like if I like have like even just like a hangout happening at
Mhm.
like 4 p.m. I won't get out of bed till like it's basically time to get ready for that hangout because I'm like I'm like in like a video game where you can only do
Yeah.
like one task a day. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's my task, dude.
Oh. I think I was like that at one moment in time, but then I just got real I just started getting really like anxious about like, oh my God, what if I'm not there on time? Or like, oh my God, what if X, Y, and Z? And I think it's just with like the professionalism of stuff. And like I guess this is my work ethic. I'm very like I feel like I'm very like happy-go-lucky in general. Like I'm a very like, hey pals, blah 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 blah, super happy
I
and
think
smiley.
so.
But like schedule wise and like planning my life, I'm like locked in. You know what I mean?
That was
Like,
a crazy voice you just did.
thank
Locked in.
you. I'm locked in, bro. You know
Oh
what I
my,
mean?
how are you doing that?
I don't know. Really fun question. I think I like imitate a lot.
That was
And
awesome.
thank you. I also used to sing when I was like younger. Like I used to be in
That's
choir and
bars.
stuff. So yeah, they put me in like alto, and I just was just like, okay.
Really,
But
I'm a
then
bass
you're
personally.
BC, and I love that for you.
I was
I do.
Melchior in Spring. Do you know Spring Awakening?
Yeah,
At
of course,
one
I was
point
Spring
in my life,
Awakening.
I was Melchior in Spring Awakening, and that's not a
Uh-huh.
bass part, but they
Yeah, yeah. I
they
was like,
rewrote parts of it for me so I wouldn't
oh,
so it wouldn't kill me.
I just like, I just every single time I think of choir and stuff like that, I always just think of like, because I used to just be on TV a lot, like local TV, just being like, every year, just be like now here's Waybaexo and others doing All I Want for Christmas Is You, and it's just like everyone's singing, and I'm just like, and and they're just like smiling,
No.
like
You've been set up for like the internet life since you were little. It's your
yeah.
destiny.
Oh my God. I guess now that I think about it, yeah. I used to, oh
Is
my
like
God.
your goal to be like one of those big streamers who gets like Ludwig and all that stuff? Or
Oh
you
my
happy
gosh.
chilling?
Um, if I think one of those things is like if it happens, it happens. I don't want to like make it like I'm gonna get this and it's gonna
No.
be great. And it's more of like a I'm still in the like I'm gonna make silly little edits of myself and post them
Yeah.
online, and it's gonna be horrible by choice. Like and like I'll send you a couple of videos of just like me like
Please.
editing like just like random like clips and stuff, and it's just like you can tell that like I got this from YouTube and I like green screened it out, and like I like it's just so because I want it to just be like like not for, I guess I don't want to say like, not for like mass media consumption, but I just want to make it so it's just like funny for me. And if
Yeah.
my friends like it, my friends like it. And if they don't, like that's cool too, because I had fun,
I'm about to
you know?
start posting on TikTok. So I
Yeah.
will, dude, I've never ha even like had a TikTok to view TikToks before.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to use this only to like post, but I'll take
Hmm.
inspiration from what you send me.
Yeah, just like literally like find little bits and pieces of like of like media that you think are funny, and like incorporate it into whatever you make, because it's just like those are parts of me that I like, and um if
Maybe
you don't
there's
like it,
someone
that's
else who
fine.
like vibes with that too.
Yeah, yeah, literally just like, yeah, I think it's just one of those things where it's like that's like a part of you now in this silly little TikTok edit, you
You're a
know.
very wise, very demure person. Anyone ever told you that?
I think only you today.
Let's go. I look, I'm number one. Well then, whoa, guys, way slaying again. Um, okay, then let's say adios, but here, right now, before we
Mm,
go, tell me the secret to enlightenment. Since I know you've been holding on to it,
yeah,
just can you
sorry, I've been
quickly tell
gatekeeping
me?
it. No,
Yeah,
I'm like so sorry. I just want to talk to you for an hour. That's my bad.
dude, I'll talk to you for hours, but
Please.
whoa.
I'm kidding. Secret to Enlightenment. Um,
What's the secret to life title of podcast plug?
oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna try to keep it simple, but I think enlightenment is doing what you love and doing it with your full authenticity and um just always seeking to be a better version of yourself. And that might not be linear. It might be hills and valleys, but just know that hills and valleys are I think what you need to pause and reflect.
Now,
And
are you in this today and recent life, are you in a hill or a valley?
I'm personally, I think I'm in a valley right now. I think I'm in a valley, but I know that um if I'm like imagine Waybae being like a little ball and I'm like yeah. No, literally that part. No, that. But I'm like right here, but I'm trying to get to like right here, you know? Like I think I'm like in the
Wait,
beginning, yeah.
audio medium. Can you
Oh,
describe the weird
okay.
shit we just did?
We just did the apple dance, and I was at one part, and Ethan was doing the other part. But I was doing the part where you're like your hands are at a diagonal, and it's like slowly going down. But I wanted to be at like the beginning of that. But like choreography, you always start somewhere, and you always end up somewhere.
No.
And
You're,
so yeah.
you're like a deep thinker.
I am a deep thinker, and I think I present myself as not,
Hmm.
but just know my brain is always thinking.
Uh,
And yeah. And not even in like a sly way either. I'm always like probably like I'm like currently right now I'm thinking about like that little like dolphin picture and like the little symphony, the little symphony audio. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not a bit. When
I'll
you
send
said
you a meme.
dolphin
I'll
picture, I
send
was imagining Dolphin Raceway from Mario Kart 8.
I love that track.
Isn't it so?
It's so fun.
I went to a 21 plus arcade last night. I did stand up last night,
Oh my
and I
God.
was invited to go to like an arcade, and I got I wasn't even drunk, dude. I
Yeah.
was like happy drunk just playing Mario
Mhm.
Kart on the arcade.
Oh. And I love that for you. I love
Maybe
21
that's
plus
the secret to life.
arcades. Maybe the secret to life, yeah, maybe the secret to life is just, well, you were doing something that you like.
Hmm.
And also there was Mario Kart there, something that you like. And you were doing it with, I don't know, your full Edency, I would
Whoa.
hope. And yeah, I mean,
Yes.
yeah, happy little accident, right? Like you went to an arcade to do stand up and then like here you are like playing Mario Kart and like that's something that you enjoy. Like, is that so fun?
All vibes, dude.
All
And
vibes.
well, life is I think we build up life as this thing
Hmm.
where it's like you're born and you need to lock into a career and then you need to
Yeah.
become the most successful at that career.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you failed.
Yeah.
But really, life isn't lived at the top of the hill. It's
Hmm.
lived pushing the boulder up the hill. It's lived in
Yeah.
the little moments where you're like, oh my God, why am I at this arcade playing Mario Kart? This is the most fun
Yeah.
I've ever had.
Hmm. And like, and was that a hill or a valley for you?
Bro, for me, I don't think there are hills or valleys.
Yeah.
I think life is, okay, podcast can go a bit longer if we want to get into this.
That's all you. I'm here
Yeah,
for
why
you.
not? Why not? Also, I'll just edit it really quick and post it today.
Yeah.
Happy 9/11.
Yeah.
Um,
Never forget.
never forget. Waybae has a 9/11 shot glass. Waybae is
Yeah.
actually doing the Twin Towers right now. Uh, I split the apple, right? But it's the Twin Towers. Submit. Thank God this is an audio medium, so no one could see what the fuck
I'm
you
so
just did.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry,
Um,
sorry.
I
Okay.
think if I think about it, I think that I die every time I
Hmm.
go to bed. And I think that's
Okay.
the way you're meant to live,
Okay.
is without the Karl Marx called it the trauma of the dead generations.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I like to interpret that in many ways, but I also like to
Hmm.
interpret it as being burdened by the past
Hmm.
and the expectations of the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're always thinking about the future or you're locked in on the past, you can't live in
Mm-hmm.
the present. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I also yeah, okay, have you ever gone to like a beach with like big waves when you were like a little kid?
Yeah. I almost drowned
I
once. Moving on.
Yeah, let's go. That's kind of epic. You're a
Yeah.
ghost. I
Yeah.
can believe you're a ghost that follows me around in
Oh
streams.
my gosh.
Um,
Ooh.
were you ever like hit by a big wave?
Yeah, that's all how I almost drowned.
Okay, so I was too. When you're in that wave, you
Yeah.
like are being tossed around
Yeah.
and you're just looking for something to hold on to. And
Yeah.
like the world is crazy, you can't orient yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what life is. I
Mm-hmm.
think from the moment we're born, we're all seeking comfort and something to
Mm-hmm.
hold on to.
Yeah.
But I think the search for something to hold on to is false because
Mm-hmm.
there really is nothing to hold on to in life. There's no
Right.
railings in life.
Yeah.
So we'll like attach ourselves to like
Mm-hmm.
people or like our job or the
Mm-hmm.
educational institution or something
Mm-hmm.
we think we are. But really,
Mm-hmm.
we're nothing. We're the chaos in the wave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for me, the more I let go of every expectation, the past, and all this, the, the burdens of living in a capitalist society, the
That
more I
part.
feel like I'm free to exist, and the
Mm-hmm.
more I feel open to have moments where I just play Mario Kart with random comedians.
Yeah. And I love that for you.
So
And
that's why I think there's no peaks or valleys for me. I think it's more of a wave situation.
yeah. And I see that for you. And yeah. Um I no, and I agree.
You can tell me I
I
sound
like
crazy
that.
also.
No, no, no. You don't sound insane at all. I'm just trying to find I'm also trying to find a way where like to me that feels like kind of just like being okay with being tossed around. And
Yes, that is
um
my goal. Yeah.
yeah, one of okay. Let me write that down. Likes being tossed around.
Sheesh.
Um, but I think one of the things that I also like to say that to my dancers is to be comfortable with being uncomfortable
Mhm.
and to always like to be adaptable and to always like just kind of like find um like if you're like in a rough patch like trying to find a way that like that works around like to find a way to like work around that um because to me I feel like I'm a very like fluid person too.
Mhm.
I think
Are we both
um
air signs? You're an Aquarius too, right?
no, I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, never
Okay,
mind.
maybe yeah. Oh, I'm a I have a Capricorn stellium. Like I have like 5 placements in Capricorn,
Whoa.
right? And then I'm like a Sagittarius rising. And I think that's what makes me like like outwardly like do, but then like locked in, at the same time. Like um and I oh my God, I just my life is so silly. It's also structured at the same time. It's crazy to me personally. But I think it's like I feel like human life, I feel like in capitalist society is very linear,
Mhm.
and I don't like that. Because again, like you were saying, like I feel like we have to like be successful and like in the job that we're supposed to like be in and stuff like that and like be great. But sometimes I just like I was saying earlier, I'm like I kind of just like forged my own path. Like I don't know if this is gonna be like the money maker, but what I do know is that like I'm happy with what I
Mm.
chose. And sure, like it might come with financial hardships, but like I've never been so emotionally secure um and confident that this was like the right path for me.
Yeah.
If I had to say I have a path. But like at the same time, like I feel like the path is like this.
Yes.
I'm just I feel I don't even know how do I describe
Describe
this?
it in terms of the apple dance.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so imagine like you're you're doing the apple part, but instead of the apple breaking, it's like the two parts of the apple kind of
Making like a double
like
helix, like a
double, no,
DNA.
yeah, like a double helix. And sometimes you make a little heart for yourself to remind
And on
yourself to
that
love yourself.
beautiful note, okay, I think we just found the secret to life. The
Yeah.
secret to life all along was the apple dance.
The apple dance, and to always find a little heart for yourself.
Wow. Waybae, thank you so much for coming on. You're the second guest on the podcast. I
Woo!
love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
It's been great getting to know you. I guess finally, kind of. That's
I
kind of
guess,
fun.
yeah. Yeah, we could totally hang out. Like we'll play Pokemon
Scout's
together.
honor, I will reply to a text.